difference between a family office and a multifamily office, Tom?
So, first of all, there's also the possibility that the child doesn't want to be in that business.
Right.
Sometimes personalities are different, and some people are more creative versus business oriented, or the reverse. Dad's creative and the son is not. And I can just tell you that that's very common, actually. But the distinction about a family office, there is a very specific distinction also in the tax code. So again, another reason you need a professional is that there's privileges and disadvantages of being a single family office. The single family office gets a carve out from the regulation that you don't have to report all of your assets. You don't have to report all of your holdings. It's a nice carve out that allows you some privacy of your life, your business affairs, and how you manage your doings, right? But you cannot take an outside client. You can't take even one person. If your cousin comes and says, I got 5 million, I got 10 million, help me out, you can't unless you're willing to sacrifice the family office structure and then become a reporting entity. Then you become essentially a registered investment advisor, and you have to report everything, which if that's okay with you, that's great. Nothing wrong with that, but just understand that's the case. Multifamily office, you have more than one family. So let's just say you did well in school, your business is doing great, and your buddy from the baseball team, he built his own company and he's doing great. And you're still best friends for 20 years, and you say, wow, we have so much in common. Our kids are friends, we're friends. Maybe we should do a multifamily office because we could share the resources, right? A lot of the resources that we're going to talk about, the internal resources that you need, can be expensive. And that's one of the potential issues you need to address up front when you think about doing a family office is the cost. Now, there's a lot of control, there's a lot of privacy, and there's a lot of benefits, but you do not want to think about cost savings, profitability. My family office makes a 10% return per year. No, you have to strip that idea from your head. By definition, it is a less than profitable business. Okay. You're doing this because you have other priorities. Your business that you ran, that you made your millions, that's your priority. Maximize the profitability of that. But your family office is not the place to try to hire inexpensively, cut costs, cut staff, be lean and trim. No, that's not the focus. I'm not saying to waste money and spend it, carelessly, but you got to at least acknowledge up front that it is run differently. So a multifamily office is kind of the same. Do you both share those same values, right? Because there's a lot of values to consider. The saying amongst family offices is, if you've seen one family office, you haven't seen another, because they're all, despite the similar title, they're all very different. And so hopefully we'll get to this point of what are the ingredients of typical family offices. But usually the very first question is, what services does your family need or want? And you have to really start with that first. And I think if you start with that, it'll start to filter out what the available structures are. But to the extent you want a lot of hand-holding, a lot of customization, a lot of private attention to your details, you're going to lean towards a family office. To the extent that you're willing to work with the traditional services, the traditional products that are out there, and trust me, those are very, very good today. To the extent you're willing to do that, you could just outsource some of this stuff, right? You can call Morgan Stanley and they can offer you, managing your money, but you do the rest. They can offer you to help you with an estate and you do the rest. But to the extent you want customized in-house, your people, then you need to think about this type of structure, and you need to think about what exactly are the services that might be available and which ones are best served by doing it yourself, which ones are best served by outsourcing it. But once you kind of look through what you need, what you desire, and what the costs are, you can kind of start to filter from that which ones that you might do well versus which ones you want to outsource.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much.